Aquarius, the universe literally forced this video onto your screen because the double betrayal is finally unraveling. Your person and your so-called friend thought they could play you behind your back, but karma just caught up to them in the most humiliating way. Now, they're both completely desperate, needing your help and begging to get you back. But here is the twist they didn't see coming. You hold all the power now, and they're about to find out what it means to truly lose you. Before we expose their messy secrets, tell me, where in the world are you watching from? Drop your city in the comments and make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss the karmic justice unfolding. Trust your gut, because this reading is exactly what you needed today. Let's dive in. Aquarius, I need you to really feel the shift in the air right now, because the energy surrounding you has completely transformed. For months, maybe even longer, you have been carrying this heavy, suffocating cloud of confusion and heartbreak. You were dealt a blow that wasn't just a simple heartbreak, it was a complete, calculated shattering of your reality. The double betrayal. Your person, the one who swore they saw your soul, and your friend, the one you trusted with your deepest secrets. They thought they could play you in the shadows. They thought you would just quietly fade away, absorb the shock, and let them rewrite history without you. But what they didn't realize is that you are an Aquarius. You do not stay in the victim energy. You observe, you process, you detach, and you elevate. And right now, your elevation is the exact thing that is keeping them awake at night. What I'm picking up on is a massive karmic shift that is finally tipping the scales in your favor. The universe does not let this kind of deceit go unpunished, and the people who crossed you are about to feel the full weight of their actions. But before we get to the karmic justice, we need to talk about the psychological state of your person. Because right now, they are in a state of absolute, quiet desperation. They are trying to maintain this facade of pride, trying to convince themselves and everyone else that they made the right choice. But underneath that ego, they are crumbling. The regret is eating them alive. They look at the situation they created, they look at the friend they chose over you, and the illusion is violently shattering. Here's the thing about the friend they chose. Your person thought they were upgrading. They thought your friend offered something different, something easier, or maybe they were just caught up in the thrill of the forbidden and the familiarity of the betrayal. But the reality of that connection is turning into a nightmare. The friend is showing their true colors. The dynamic between them is becoming incredibly toxic, filled with jealousy, control, and a complete lack of the deep, intellectual, and spiritual connection that they used to share with you. Your person is sitting in a room with this person, and they have never felt more alone. They are realizing that they traded a diamond for a piece of glass, and the glass is cutting them. This realization is exactly why your person cannot let go of you. You have to understand that they are energetically tethered to you in a way they cannot explain to anyone else. When they try to move on, they feel this heavy, magnetic pull back in your direction. They are obsessed with your silence. For an Aquarius, your silence is your loudest weapon. You didn't beg. You didn't scream. You didn't post dramatic things online to get their attention. You simply withdrew your energy, and that withdrawal drove them absolutely crazy. They are constantly wondering what you are thinking, who you are with, and why you aren't chasing them. The fact that you are handling this betrayal with such quiet dignity is driving their ego into the ground. They are watching you too. Don't think for a second that they aren't checking your socials, asking mutual friends about you, or just feeling your energy shift from afar. They see the glow up. They see that the pain didn't break you, it refined you. You are vibrating at a higher frequency now, and they can feel it. It feels like you are slipping through their fingers, and the panic of actually losing you forever is starting to set in. This isn't just about missing you. This is about the terrifying realization that they made a catastrophic mistake. They are haunted by the memories of how well you understood them, how you challenged them, and how safe they felt in your presence. Now, that safety is gone, replaced by the chaotic, draining energy of the friend they chose. The question is, how long can they sustain this lie? They are carrying a massive amount of guilt, and guilt is a heavy burden. They know they wronged you. Deep down, in the quiet moments of the night, their intuition is screaming at them that they betrayed their own soulmate. They're experiencing these intense synchronicities, seeing your angel numbers everywhere, and feeling this unexplainable tightness in their chest whenever they think of your name. The universe is putting mirrors in front of them, forcing them to look at their own reflection and see the cowardice in their actions. They wanted the thrill of the betrayal, but they didn't want the consequences. Now, the consequences are here, and they are suffocating. But it's not just your person who is realizing the mistake. The friend is also feeling the pressure. The friend knows that your person is still hung up on you. They can feel the distance. They know that even when your person is physically present, their mind is wandering back to you. This is creating a massive amount of friction and paranoia between them. The friend is becoming possessive, insecure, and demanding, which is only pushing your person further away. They are trapped in a web of their own making, and the walls are closing in. They both need a way out, and ironically, they both think the answer is you. They think that if they can just get your help, get your forgiveness, or get you back, the chaos in their lives will settle. They don't realize that you are not their escape route. You are the mirror they are too afraid to look into. The tension is building to a boiling point. Your person is reaching a breaking point where they can no longer ignore the truth. The pride is fading, the ego is bruised, and the longing for your authentic, beautiful energy is becoming an ache they can no longer ignore. They are standing at the edge of a massive decision, and the universe is about to force their hand. But before they make their move, there is something else you need to know about the energy surrounding this situation, something that is going to completely change how you view their return. Aquarius, you have to understand that this person didn't just lose a lover. They lost their intellectual equal, their safe space, and the only person who truly saw the depths of their soul. When they chose your friend, they thought they were choosing something easy, something familiar, and something that wouldn't challenge them the way you do. But here is the brutal truth they are now choking on. Your friend is entirely superficial compared to you. You awakened a level of spiritual and mental depth in this person that they didn't even know existed within themselves. Now that they are with your friend, they are experiencing a profound, agonizing withdrawal. They are trying to have the deep, midnight conversations with your friend that they used to have with you, and they are met with blank stares, insecurity, and shallow responses. The mental stimulation they crave, the unique, eccentric, and brilliant energy that you bring to their life, it is completely missing. They are starving for it, and they know it's their own fault. But the emotional turn here, the thing that is really breaking them down, is the sudden, terrifying realization that you might actually be gone forever. For a long time, they held on to this arrogant assumption that you would always be waiting in the wings. They thought your loyalty to them was unconditional, that no matter what they did, your Aquarian heart would eventually forgive them. But your silence has shattered that illusion. They are looking at your energy, feeling the absolute finality in your detachment, and the panic is setting in. This isn't just regret anymore. This is the visceral, chest-tightening fear of permanent loss. They are realizing that they didn't just break your heart, they severed their own lifeline. So, what actually changed to push them to this breaking point? What was the catalyst that made the regret shift into desperate action? I'm seeing a very specific, vivid moment of clarity that recently hit your person like a ton of bricks. There was a situation, a crisis, a moment of stress, or a significant event in their life, and they naturally turned to your friend for support, expecting comfort. Instead, your friend made it entirely about themselves. They threw a tantrum, they created unnecessary drama, or they completely failed to show up when it mattered most. In that exact second, the illusion of your friend violently shattered. Your person's mind instantly flashed to you. They remembered exactly how you would have handled that same situation with grace, with logic, and with unwavering support. The contrast was so sharp, so painfully obvious, that it physically sickened them. They looked at your friend in that moment and thought, "What have I done?" That moment was the turning point. The old cycle of them justifying their betrayal ended right there. They can no longer lie to themselves. But the universe wasn't done with them yet. Here's the thing about karmic consequences. They don't just hit you all at once. They drip into your life until you can no longer ignore them. Since that incident, the universe has been putting mirrors in front of your person everywhere they go. They are seeing your angel numbers constantly: 1111, 222, 444, flashing on clocks, license plates, and receipts. They are dreaming about you. These aren't just passing thoughts. These are vivid, hyper-realistic dreams where you are happy, glowing, and completely out of their reach. They wake up from these dreams with a heavy heart, crying, feeling the physical ache of your absence. The spiritual realm is applying immense divine pressure on them, making their current living situation with your friend feel absolutely unbearable. And it's not just your person who is feeling this karmic heat. Your friend is in just as much trouble, and, ironically, they now need your help too. Your friend realized that your person is completely checked out mentally. They can feel the distance, the coldness, and the fact that your person is comparing them to you constantly. Your friend's ego is bruised, and they are panicking. But instead of taking accountability, your friend's twisted logic is telling them that the only way to fix this mess, the only way to keep your person and save their own reputation, is to get you involved. They actually have the audacity to think that if they can just get you to talk to them, or if they can get your blessing, the tension will dissolve. They want you to come back and fix the dynamic they destroyed. It is incredibly manipulative, and the fact that they think they can just call upon you to clean up their mess shows exactly why they lost you in the first place. The emotional shift here is crucial for you to understand. Both of these people are now looking at you as their savior. They are both in a state of desperation, but for completely different, selfish reasons. Your person wants you back because they realize you are their soulmate and they are drowning without you. Your friend wants you back in the picture because they need you to validate them and stabilize the relationship they are actively ruining. They are both projecting their own failures onto you, expecting your boundless Aquarian empathy to rescue them from the consequences of their actions. But here is where the energy shifts dramatically. Your person is realizing that they cannot use you as a band-aid. The shame they feel is paralyzing them. They want to reach out, they want to confess, they want to beg for your help and your forgiveness, but their ego and their guilt are holding them back. They know they are the villain in your story. They know they don't deserve the grace they are hoping for. This internal conflict is tearing them apart. They are exhausted from the lying, exhausted from the friend's drama, and exhausted from fighting the undeniable truth that they belong with you. The psychological toll is manifesting physically. They aren't sleeping well, they are losing their focus, and their life is falling into chaos because their energy is entirely blocked without you. They are standing at the absolute edge of their capacity to hold this in. The silence between you and them is no longer just a boundary. It is a vacuum that is sucking the air out of their lungs. They can no longer sustain the lie, and they can no longer survive the distance. The breaking point is here, and the explosion of truth is imminent. They are about to do something drastic to get your attention, but before they make their move, there is a hidden layer to this situation that you need to be prepared for. Aquarius, what I'm picking up on right now is a massive, undeniable shift in their heart space. The denial is completely gone. For the longest time, this person was hiding behind excuses, telling themselves that the betrayal was just a mistake or a moment of weakness. But right now, they are looking at the truth, and it is blinding. Their feelings for you have evolved from a quiet, nagging regret into a loud, overwhelming obsession. It feels like they are spiritually suffocating without you. They are waking up in the middle of the night with this intense, physical ache in their chest, realizing that they didn't just lose a partner, they lost their anchor. They are drafting messages to you, typing out long, emotional paragraphs, and then deleting them because they feel entirely unworthy of your time. But here's the thing. This isn't just about them missing your physical presence. This is a profound soul-level awakening. They are realizing that you were the only person who truly understood their shadows, their quirks, and their deepest fears. The connection you shared was rare, and they threw it away for something incredibly cheap. Now, they are preparing for a massive confession. They know a simple, "I'm sorry," won't cut it. They need to give you a full, raw, unfiltered explanation of what happened, why it happened, and how blindly stupid they were. They want to offer you complete transparency, healing, and a genuine reconciliation, but they are terrified that your Aquarian detachment has become a permanent wall they can never climb over. And just as they are gathering the courage to come to you with this apology, the universe throws a massive complication in their path. Enter the friend. Your so-called friend is not just sitting back and watching this happen. They can feel your person slipping away, and panic has completely taken over their nervous system. For some of you, you might have already noticed a shift in your social circles or heard some weird, passive-aggressive whispers. That is the friend's chaotic, sabotaging energy trying to poison the waters before your person can reach out to you. The emotional turn here is that the friend actually believes they need your help to fix this. They have the audacity to think that if they can just get you to talk to them or get your blessing, the tension will dissolve. They want you to come back and validate the mess they created. This friend is playing dirty because their twisted logic is failing. They are terrified of looking like the villain in this story, so they are actively trying to control the narrative. They might be spreading gossip, twisting the truth to mutual friends, or even trying to gaslight your person into staying by bringing up old wounds and creating unnecessary drama. The friend is using emotional blackmail, threatening to make a scene, or playing the victim to keep your person tied to them out of guilt. It feels like a hostage situation, and your person is the hostage who finally realizes the door was never actually locked. They see the friend's desperation for what it is, a pathetic attempt to hold on to a prize they never truly deserved. This creates a massive amount of friction and outside pressure. Your person is deeply concerned about their social image. They are worried about the fallout, the awkwardness in the friend group, and what people will say when the truth about the double betrayal finally comes to light. Pride is fighting a brutal war against desperation. Part of them wants to just quietly fade away from the friend and crawl back to you in secret to avoid the public humiliation. They are terrified of the judgment, the side eyes, and the whispers. The social image complication is heavy, and the friend is weaponizing it, reminding your person of how embarrassing it will be to admit they made a massive mistake. But the question is, will they let their fear of public judgment stop them from claiming you back? Here is where the emotional turn happens, and it is incredibly powerful. Your person is experiencing a complete ego death. They are looking at the friend's manipulative tantrums, and then they are looking at your quiet, unbothered, elevated energy. The contrast is making them physically sick. They are realizing that protecting their social image means absolutely nothing if it costs them their soulmate. They are willing to burn the bridge with the friend, face the gossip, and take the public humiliation just to have a single chance to stand in front of you and tell you the truth. The pride is dissolving into pure, unadulterated desperation. This person may try to protect you from the messy fallout at first. They might reach out to you privately, begging you not to listen to the friend's lies, begging you to just look at them and see their remorse. They want to shield you from the drama, but the truth is, the karmic exposure is already happening. The friend's mask is slipping in real time, and everyone around them is starting to see the toxicity. The friend's desperate attempts to hold on to your person are only accelerating their own downfall. The universe is stripping away their illusions, leaving them with nothing but the consequences of their jealousy and betrayal. As we look at the spiritual symbols surrounding this timeline, I am seeing intense flashes of the number 1111 and the Justice card. This is divine pressure. The universe is acting as the ultimate judge, and the gavel is about to drop. The friend is going to be karmically exposed for their jealousy and their betrayal. Your person is going to be forced to make a definitive, public choice. There is no more middle ground. There is no more hiding in the gray area. They have to step into the light, confess their sins, and choose. You over the illusion they built with the friend. The spiritual timing is absolute. The stars are aligning to force this truth out into the open. It feels like a storm is brewing, Aquarius. The energy is incredibly dense, and the climax of this situation is right on the horizon. You might be feeling a sudden buzzing in your ears, or a strange sense of anticipation in your gut. That is your intuition picking up on their frantic, chaotic energy as they prepare to break the silence. They are done running. They are done lying to themselves. The apology is coming, the confession is imminent, and the friend's sabotage is going to completely backfire. But when they finally do show up at your door, metaphorically or literally, offering you the world and begging for your help to fix their broken lives, you need to know exactly how to handle this overwhelming wave of energy. Aquarius, the waiting is finally over. The universe has reached the absolute end of its patience, and the timeline you have been sensing in your gut is officially here. What I'm picking up on is a sudden, rapid acceleration of events. The silence is about to be broken, and it is not going to be a casual, half-hearted hey. This is going to be a heavy, undeniable, and deeply emotional confrontation. For some of you, this will manifest as a long, rambling message sent in the middle of the night when their ego is completely depleted. For others, it will be an unexpected in-person encounter where they corner you, desperate to explain themselves. The friend will try to intercept them. They will try to create one last dramatic distraction, but your person is going to snap. They are going to push past the friend, bypass the social politics, and make a direct line to you. Here's the thing about this confession. It is going to be raw, and it is going to be messy. They are going to lay all their cards on the table. They will admit to their weakness. They will admit to the intoxicating, but ultimately hollow thrill of the betrayal, and they will confess that they have been utterly miserable without your light in their life. They're going to ask for your help. They will literally ask you how to fix this, how to navigate the fallout, and how to win back your trust. They will look at you with tears in their eyes, expecting your famous Aquarian empathy to sweep in and smooth over the chaos. And right at that exact moment, the friend's karmic exposure will hit its peak. The mutual friends, the social circle, everyone who is kept in the dark will suddenly see the friend for who they really are. The friend's jealousy, their manipulation, and their desperate attempts to sabotage you will be laid bare for everyone to see. The friend will be left completely isolated, while your person is left kneeling at your feet, waiting for your verdict. But here is where the emotional turn happens, and this is the most crucial part of this entire reading for you to absorb. As they are pouring their heart out, begging for your help and your forgiveness, you are not going to feel the desperate urge to save them. You are going to feel a profound, unshakable sense of calm. The emotional turn is the realization of your own absolute power. You look at them, and you look at the friend, and you realize that you do not need to fix this. You do not need to be their therapist, their savior, or their safety net. The illusion that they were the prize is completely shattered. You see them clearly now, flawed, confused, and deeply regretful, but ultimately responsible for their own mess. This brings us to your guidance, Aquarius. The universe is asking you to protect your energy at all costs. Do not let their panic become your emergency. When they ask for your help, you must remember that you are not responsible for cleaning up the karma they created. Stay grounded in your intellect and your independence. Do not rush to comfort them just because they are crying. Do not force a reconciliation just because the tension has finally broken. You must hold your boundary. Let them sit in the discomfort of their own choices. If they truly want you back, they need to do the work to rebuild the foundation, not just ask you to hand them the keys to your heart again. You are the one who holds the power now, and you must wield it with grace, but also with absolute firmness. The question is, what do you actually want? Because for the first time in this entire ordeal, the choice is 100% yours. You don't have to take them back just because they finally realized your worth. You don't have to forgive the friend just because they are facing social exile. You are allowed to look at this situation and decide that their energy no longer serves your highest good. You are allowed to walk away and let them deal with the ashes of the bridge they burned. Or, if you choose to let them back in, it must be on your terms, with new boundaries that they must respect without question. You are not a backup plan, and you are certainly not a rehabilitation center for broken people. As we close out this reading, I want you to take a deep breath and feel the weight lifting off your shoulders. The truth is out. The double betrayal has been exposed, the karmic scales have been balanced, and you have been vindicated in the most undeniable way possible. The universe brought you to this video today to validate your intuition, to show you that you were never crazy, and to remind you of your immense spiritual power. You survived the storm, and now you are standing in the calm. Take what resonates and leave the rest, my dear Aquarius. Trust your gut, protect your peace, and know that you are deeply loved and fiercely protected by the divine. Thank you so much for watching, for sharing your energy with me, and for allowing me to be a part of your journey today. I love you, I believe in you, and I will see you in the next reading.